Virgo, this is a tarot reading to discover what is the biggest issue you will be facing in 2026. I knew I was going to get that fucking card. Okay. I got some dialed in. We can be happy with that. Saboteur highlights your fear of self empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Fear of failure, right? All right. So I've already pre shuffled. Let's see what the center of the situation is for Virgo. Oh, serious minded. Okay. You have taken a serious attitude towards your purpose. You have felt the calling. You have heard your personal truth. That is a very Virgoan thing to do. Pisces have to just get by on faith and hope that things will fucking turn out. Virgos, they know their purpose. They know their calling. But here in the center of it is a King of Swords reversed. A lot of heavy criticism, coldness, detachment, judgment, far too, and I don't mean judgment as in like judgment day, you know, you've heard the fucking horn of Gabriel. I mean judging things, judging people, judging yourself. Very cold and critical, hyper logical, very serious. That's how we're starting off right at the rip. What is the biggest challenge Virgo faces in this big issue? Anxiety, worry, future thinking. Trying to figure out how to balance this thing with that thing and hold all the balls in the air, juggle everything. There's some ships that might need to sink, to be let to sink. We'll see what the tea is with that. But it's going to be very difficult for you to juggle everything. And it's going to be a challenge you're going to be challenged by anxiety for sure about whatever this is. I mean, whatever this is, the calling, you've heard the calling and now you don't know. You can't let judgment go. If you've seen one of my readings before, chances are very fucking good. I've talked about this card. It's my favorite card in the deck. This is the calling, the lightning bolt, the shock, the truth, the knowing, purpose, higher plans. Once you know it, you can't unknow it. You can't turn away from it. As convenient as it would be sometimes to turn away from something like this, you cannot do it. All right. It can be put on the back burner, but it's still gonna fucking be there, simmering away until it fucking overflows, man. So, what was the reason behind why this became the big issue for Virgo in 26? You waited, you watched until you put yourself out in the cold and behind the 8 ball as well. Damn. Okay, but still, Empress, 10 of Cups. This emotional fulfillment, it could be regarding family, it could be regarding the love and fulfillment that you'd like to share with a group of others, could be friends, could be even your pets, loved ones of any sort or shape. You're looking for emotional fulfillment that you can share with others. It's not just simple wish fulfillment like the 9. This means so much more to so many people. It's growth, and there's longevity in it too. And then with the Empress, despite waiting past many opportunities and putting yourself out in the cold in terms of, that's a metaphor. What do I mean by that? Like made yourself an outsider. Distance yourself from others. The anxiety and the fear and the busyness that you felt and trying to keep different things going on in your life, it made you feel like an outsider. It led to a lot of distance and space between you and the kinship that you're really looking for. And you lost your higher ground there with that. Yet, the Empress, an ever renewable source. You have an ever renewable source of abundance, fertility, progress, compassion, and people that would love nothing better than to serve you and give to you. You have a lot of good things waiting for you in escrow. You've put in a lot of effort. How well are you able to receive? How well are you able to say, I deserve this. I've put in the work. I'm a good person. That's why I'm getting these wins. Life should be easier. Life can be easier. All the Empress has to do is wave her wand and the wheat grows. It's because her energy is so valuable, so precious, and so good, and so is her insight, that people want to serve her. It happens naturally. It's a tough thing to understand. It's not something we see in modern life, not very clearly, not the way that this looks like. She's an object of devotion. And it's fair. I just pulled this on the cut. It's fair. You've earned it. Okay? This is gonna big you the fuck up, Virgo. Get ready. Lock the fuck in. Okay? What is the most recent thing that happened that led up to this? All right. Damn. Illumination on the cut. So, Page of Swords. You had a curiosity and a desire to learn something. You were willing to step away from things that you previously were engaged in that caused you a lot of busyness. You took some time out to figure something out. This had to do with the idea that you're very honest and forthright, and you're looking for a new way to approach your life because on some level you do understand that you deserve better. And you're wanting to understand more about yourself and how others see you in relationships. There may have even been a relationship that you had to walk away from something to walk towards it, or walk away from that relationship, even though it was decent and it was good, because your own self-actualization was important to you. Something about your own independence, your autonomy, and your overall happiness was here on the table. But you desired to learn more about yourself. And you wanted to know why and how. You're looking for the strategy of how to get better relationships, to improve your relationships that you already have or get better ones. And also to have total healing and to move on from things that have emotionally troubled you in the past. Self-actualization is ultimately what it was down to. You're understanding yourself better. You're asking those right answers or right questions, getting those answers because you asked the right questions. The right question is, who am I? It all starts there. What is Virgo thinking about as they go through this big issue? Insecurities, feeling like you're not good enough, not sexy enough, not important enough, nobody wants to follow you, you're not creative enough. Nothing's ever going to change. Why should I accept better? Okay? Your mind is always at the center of what is the problem, right? So we're going to have a talk about that, about what I've found is really going on when we have self-defeating thoughts and negative mindsets. You're in no danger of denying reality. This can happen quickly for you too. Fucking thank God. All right. Thank God. I'm sure it'll be such a relief when you get there. And I'm not trying to talk down to you or anything like that in this moment. I've been there. I understand, but we got to get clear on what is actually happening here. The mind is replaying only what it's been fed. If it's gotten a lot of negative talk, and this could even be a father figure or anyone, an older person, someone that spoke coldly towards you, that was harsh, judgmental, cold. They were unfeeling. They didn't show you warmth. They didn't show you compassion. Okay? You internalized that type of talk. And that's now the way that your brain habitually talks to yourself. What's the answer? Anytime that you notice, because you're not always going to notice, especially in the beginning, anytime that you notice that you're talking negatively towards yourself, I don't care what you think the truth is, you tell yourself otherwise. You tell yourself what feels the best. You tell yourself the nicest, kindest thing you possibly can. Think if you're talking to someone that you care about. and they're saying, I look fat in this dress. And like, you're thinking to yourself, like, yeah, you've kind of gained some weight. Are you going to say that? Fuck no. You're going to say, you're gorgeous. No, you don't. You're good, whatever. Why do you do that? Out of kindness, to speak life and love into people. You understand that there's nothing that can be done about that thing in that time, so there's no point in criticizing it. You want to build someone up. It's time you start speaking to yourself that way. You do not have to keep telling it like it is. As I said before, you are in no danger of becoming delusional. That is a purvey of fucking Pisces like myself and some few others. But okay, you're not in danger of that. So you don't need to worry about lying to yourself and then you're not going to be grounded or you're not going to be in touch with reality or no, you're good. It's more important now to stop and halt that momentum of your brain continually telling the same negative story about yourself to yourself. Stop that momentum, even if it feels like a lie. Don't let it happen. You're rewiring your brain's pathways. Eventually, you start telling yourself these things, you'll start to believe it. And once you believe it, there's a matter of faith and trust and understanding of the way the universe really works, where when you start talking to yourself this way, you'll start seeing it all around you. That's the secret to every confident person understands this on some level, even if they've always been an egotist and it just works for them and people fall for it, or whatever. It still is the universe working the way the universe works. You can game that system. You can make it work for you. Not only will you feel so much better, the old, repeated negative self-talk will start to feel like a thing of the past. You'll start to believe it. And what's better than that, you'll start to see it too. It all goes hand in hand. You only feels like you're lying to yourself at the beginning because you're so used to telling yourself different. But all these things are actually just so subjective, which gives you all the power to change it right away. Like today, right away. Others genuinely see better in you than you see in yourself. They're not just lying to you. They genuinely see better in you. It's time you start seeing it too. What's going to happen next for Virgo? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go. Potentials, possibilities open up. Two of Wands. You take the lead. You take ownership over yourself, your autonomy, and also your self-actualization. Like this is a card of the king knows who he is, his purpose. He's driven by a purpose. He's driven by his passions. You don't have to be a man or a woman, but it's someone who takes action. They show leadership. They're a teacher. They also look back to the past to learn from it. If you attend to this process, you will learn so much so quickly that you will already be a leader and a teacher. Right away. It's just like, oh my God, this is all I had to do. Then you're going to be sat here in my seat and telling this story because that's what I did. I fucking was like, man, what if I really did try this whole, self-talk thing that I've been seeing on the internet and I tried it and motherfucker, it worked. It worked. I mean, if you even looked at pictures of me from fucking 10 years ago, I looked older and more problematic and fucking sad and angry and everything else. Now people like me. How the fuck did that happen? I started liking myself first. It's just that simple, but it's not that logical, and I get that. There are logical ways to approach it. You don't have the time for that, okay? You'll figure it out. I promise you that. If you have the faith and the trust, just be experimental. That's all I'm asking. Anyway, then you become the teacher. Temperance, turning water into wine. You turn your whole situation around just by changing your mindset. You're able to get out of any chaotic situations that you were in. I'm not saying everything clears up and your life is hunky-dory after this, but you do move out of the worst of it because you've changed your mindset. You start loving yourself. Everything pivots around that. That's why it's so pivotal. And it's also why it can be so hard to change self-talk because it's so powerful and so pivotal that we keep seeing that instant feedback loop. If I kept telling myself I was ugly, I would see reasons to believe it everywhere that I looked. So that's that's the tough thing about it. You have to take a risk and be experimental with your thinking and be clean. I say like a mental cleanliness. Practice mental cleanliness. I think that vibes with Virgo energy, right? Let's clean things up. You're making sure that your mind is not polluting your soul. Make sure your mind is not polluting your soul. What is the word of warning for Virgo at this time? The big issue. Defensiveness, having your guard up. What about it? It can actually lower your opportunities and options and fucking drain you of cash as well. Oh, gosh, and it would be fair? Ace of Cups at the reverse. If you're not willing to give any emotional energy to people, you will not receive any in turn. That's what this story is about. You need to be aware of this. This is the warning. Continuing to hold your defenses high. Keep people at arm's length. Not open up, not show your true self. There are real and tangible consequences to doing that. You've got to feed into the system, and part of feeding into it is making yourself vulnerable in order to receive as well. Offers dry up, money dries up, and that is the fairness and the justice of the universe there. That's justice, that's universal justice. It is. That's the way it fucking works, man. So watch out. Watch out. All right. The person that's most important to Virgo suns during this situation. They're not going to have any control. However, they are an emotionally compassionate person, a family member, somebody that you want to experience this emotional fulfillment with. They're kind of tied up in the situation. They've got some emotional issues of their own. I do feel that they are along with you for this ride towards this fulfillment journey. So at least in my experience and what I've seen both in readings and in my own life, whenever if you've got like, if this is your person, your partner, your husband, wife, or girlfriend, boyfriend, or your person, right? When you level up, they level up. When they level up, you level up. It's like nobody's going to go first and leave the other person behind. It's just sort of like this stair stepping. So they aren't in control over what you think in your brain. They cannot help that. They have their own issues to deal with. That is an ongoing situation that they've kind of gotten them own selves into. All right. But I do feel that once you work on this and start showing up differently, that will open a door for them to also get themselves away from their self-imposed restrictions and situations that cause them some level of depression as well. So you will help them by accident. Okay. I know that you would really love to help them, but that cannot be your focus. It's just a comfort to let you know that you won't leave them behind. What's the word of solace for Virgo? Damn, the World. Oh, okay. This is actually a very sweet story. If you're willing to embarrass yourself in the world and do something very unfamiliar that you're not used to, even being a little bit erratic, you will find so much positivity from that. It can open the world to you because you're showing that vulnerability. You haven't been approachable because you've been so, serious, full reversed, uptight, and cold. And it doesn't matter what you say. At the end of the day, your energy matters. All of us responded that first, you included. When you can make a fool of yourself in public out there in the world, be that bull in the china shop, be a little narcissistic, just, I got this shit. Be a Pollyanna, be positive, be optimistic and hopeful, even when you have no right or reason to be. You don't have to be the steady, stable, mom or dad of the group, or, you can go out wearing pajamas. You can go out wearing a mohawk. You can go out and fucking sing a cappella. You can do anything, absolutely anything. If other people do it, why the fuck can't you? And here's the thing. When you do that, you will find so much joy and positive things to be seen in it. It will be very healing for you. On top of that, it will open doors for you. It's definitely something to mess with. Definitely something to mess with. You want your walled garden? You want your secret garden with all the fucking magic mystery that can be behold? And this is the total fulfillment card for an individual. She's rich. She's got her desires at hand. Anything that she could possibly want, she has purpose. All the pleasures in the world. The fucking weather's always gorgeous. There's so much meaning in her life. And that's all on the table for you. All you have to do is reprogram your brain. That's all I got. That's all I got for you. And with my love. With my ultimate love. I think there's people out there that can help. If you're looking for self-help content, look no further than YouTube. Reprogramming negative self-talk, and just wait till you find something that clicks. You don't have to just go with the first thing and fucking force your way through it. Just click through till you find something that vibes, that feels right. Give us a clarifying life situations for Virgo. Give up control. Release your grip on outcomes. Embrace the present moment's wisdom. You can't control how people react to you. All you can control is how you react to the world. Commit to this next stage in your development, and there will be a promise fulfilled in some form. You will reach... There will be a positive conclusion to this. This card has come up more than once now, and I love it. Because this is a reassurance that all of this work will be worth it. When you do this, the universe will say, good, you passed the test, here's your candy. You're going to get a fucking reward from this. Big time. And you'll be so glad that you went through with it. Let's get an Alchemy in the Spirit Oracle deck for Virgo. The Elephant. Charge through obstructions. Number 40. Spirit of forgiveness. Forgive all the people you once were. Being at peace with yourself. Feeling compassion, understanding, feeling content. Forgive all the people you once were. If you knew better, you would have done better. It's okay to let go. This is actually really moving. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if we can get through this. The spirit of the elephant brings the message of forgiveness, which needs to be done through compassion. It's time to make peace with all the people you once were. With the version of you that was naive and was fooled. With the version of you that fell in love with the wrong person. With the version of you that tried a job or started a business that didn't work out. With the version of you that gave up on your dreams. You did what you could with the wisdom you had at the time, and now you can do better. Now you get the chance to become the person you needed when you were young. And when it comes to forgiving others, try to offer them the same compassion you give yourself. Even if you feel they don't deserve it, but you do. Forgiveness is always a gift to yourself. Now, if I pull the forgiveness card out this card deck right here, we're going to know that we're locked in. But we'll pull anything. Trust yourself always. Trust others once they've earned it. Okay, maybe I should just trust myself. Is she trust yourself? What are we about to get? Stop giving away your power right now. And that's the T. You have the power to change the way you think immediately. You've been sabotaging yourself. There's no other finger to point but in the mirror. And that's okay. You can forgive that too. But if you know better, you gotta do better. And thank God you've got the power to do so now. Find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. That was the crux of all of this, the seriousness. I know it's tough. keeping all those balls in the air. But you've made things so much harder on yourself than you ever needed to. The Empress is here. The universe works in very mysterious ways, and my dear, you do not have all the answers. None of us do. Be experimental. Try it out. Mess it up. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? I'll pick my nose right now here on camera. Who gives a shit? You can do it. You can do it. I fucking believe in you. Oh my God. If you like that, first of all, thank you so much for watching. If you like that, I also have rising sign readings every month as a checkup. And I have Venus sign readings for love relationships every month. And if you liked and subscribed, it would help me so much. Good luck to you this year. I have faith in you. Have faith in yourself. Take good care of yourself. Bye.